Start each week learning and growing as a community. Join us as we embark on the next growth adventure with the weekly reading.
Hi, welcome back to the weekly reading. I'm Charlie. Right now we're reading Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. And this week we are on chapter 4. Make sure you check out both weekly readings. On the other recording, we are reading The Secret Power of Yoga by Nischala Joy Devi. Come and join us. I'm going to read this part first before we get started in chapter 4. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. The past has no power over me because I am willing to learn and to change. I see the past as necessary to bring me to where I am today. I am willing to begin where I am right now to clean the rooms of my mental house. I know it does not matter where I start, so I now begin with the smallest and easiest rooms, and in that way, I will see results quickly. I am thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure, for I know I will never go through this particular experience again. I am willing to set myself free. All is well in my world. Chapter 4. Is it true? Truth is the unchangeable part of me. The question, is it true or real, has two answers, yes and no. It is true if you believe it to be true. It is not true if you believe it isn't true. The glass is both half full and half empty, depending on how you look at it. There are literally billions of thoughts we can choose to think. Most of us choose to think the same kinds of thoughts our parents used to think, but we don't have to continue to do this. There is no law written that says we can only think one way. Whatever I choose to believe becomes true for me. Whatever you choose to believe becomes true for you. Our thoughts can be totally different. Our lives and experiences totally different. Examine your thoughts. Whatever we believe becomes true for us. If you have a sudden financial disaster, then on some level, you may believe you are unworthy of being comfortable with money, or you believe in burdens and debt. Or if you believe that nothing good ever lasts, maybe you believe that life is out to get you, or, as I hear so often, I just can't win. If you seem unable to attract a relationship, you may believe nobody loves me, or I am unlovable. Perhaps you fear being dominated as your mother was, or maybe you think people just hurt me. If you have poor health, you may believe illness runs in our family, or that you are a victim of the weather, or perhaps it's I was born to suffer, or it's just one thing after another. Or you may have a different belief. Perhaps you're not even aware of your belief. Perhaps most people really aren't. They just see the outer circumstances as being the way the cookie crumbles until someone can show you the connection between the outer experiences and the inner thoughts. You remain a victim in life. Problem, financial disaster. Belief, I'm not worthy of having money. Problem, no friends. The belief, nobody loves me. Problem, problems with work. Belief, I am not good enough. Problem, always pleasing others. Belief, I never get my way. Whatever the problem is, it comes from a thought pattern, and thought patterns can be changed. It may feel true or it may seem true. All these problems we're wrestling with and juggling in our lives. However, no matter how difficult an issue we are dealing with, it is only an outer result or the effect on an inner thought pattern. If you don't know what thoughts are creating your problems, you're in the right place now, because this book is designed to help you find out. Look at the problems in your life. Ask yourself, what kinds of thoughts am I having that create this? If you allow yourself to sit quietly and ask questions, your inner intelligence will show you the answer. It's only a belief you learned as a child. Some of the things we believe are positive and nourishing. These thoughts serve us well all our lives, such as, look both ways before you cross the street. Other thoughts are very useful at the beginning, but as we grow older, they are no longer appropriate. Don't trust strangers may be good advice for a small child, but for an adult to continue this belief will only create isolation and loneliness. Why do we so seldom sit down and ask others, is that really true? For instance, why do I believe things like it's difficult for me to learn? Better questions to ask are, is it true for me now? Where did that belief come from? Do I still believe it because a first grade teacher told me that over and over? Would I be better off if I dropped that belief? Beliefs that boys don't cry, girls don't climb trees, create men who hide their feelings and women who are afraid to be physical. If we are taught as a child that the world is a frightening place, then everything we hear that fits that belief, we will accept as true for us. The same is true for don't trust strangers. Don't go out at night or people cheat you. On the other hand, if we are taught early in life that the world is a safe place, then we would hold our beliefs. We could easily accept that love is everywhere and people are so friendly, and I always have whatever I need. If you are taught as a child that it's all my fault, then you will walk around always feeling guilt no matter what happens. Your belief will turn you into someone who's always saying, I'm sorry. If you learned to believe as a child, I don't count, then this belief will always keep you at the end of the line wherever you are. Like my childhood experience about not getting any cake, see my story in chapter 16, sometimes you will feel you're invisible when others fail to notice you. Did your childhood circumstance teach you to believe nobody loves me? Then you are sure to be lonely. Even when you bring a friend or relationship into your life, it will be short-lived. Did your family teach you there is not enough? Then I am sure you often feel as though the cupboard is bare, or you find you just get by or are always in debt. I had a client who had been brought up in a household where they believed everything was wrong and could only get worse. His main joy in life was playing tennis, and then he hurt his knee. He went to every doctor he could find, and it only got worse. Finally, he could not play it at all. Another person had been brought up as a preacher's son, and as a child, he was taught that everybody else came first. The preacher's family always came last. Today, he is wonderful at helping his clients get the best deal, yet he's usually in debt with little pocket money. His belief still makes him last in line. If you believe it, it seems true. How often have we said, that's the way I am, or that's the way it is? The specific words are really saying that's what we believe to be true for us. Usually what we believe is only someone else's opinion we have incorporated into our belief systems. No doubt it fits right in with all the other things we believe. Are you one of the many people who will get up in the morning, see that it's raining, and say, oh, what a lousy day? It is not a lousy day. It is only a wet day. If we wear the appropriate clothing and change our attitude, we can have a lot of rainy day fun. If it is really our belief that rainy days... No. If it is really our belief that rainy days are lousy days, then we will always greet rain with a sinking heart. We will fight the day rather than flow with what is happening in the moment. If we want a joyous life, we must think joyous thoughts. If we want a prosperous life, we must think prosperous thoughts. If we want a loving life, we must think loving thoughts. Whatever we send out mentally or verbally will come back to us in like form. Each moment is a new beginning. I repeat, the point of power is always in the present moment. You are never stuck. This is where the changes take place, right here and right now in our own minds. It doesn't matter how long we've had a negative pattern or an illness or a poor relationship or lack of finances or self-hatred. We can begin to make a shift today. Your problem no longer needs to be the truth for you. You can now fade back into the nothingness from whence it came. You can do it. Remember, you are the only person who thinks in your mind. You are the power and authority in your world. Your thoughts and beliefs of the past have created this moment and all the moments up to this moment. What you are now choosing to believe and think and say will create the next moment and the next day and the next month and the next year. Yes, you, darling. I can give you the most marvelous advice coming from my years of experience, yet you can continue to choose to think the same old thoughts. You can refuse to change and keep all your problems. You are the power in your world. You get to have whatever you choose to think. This moment begins the new process. Each moment is a new beginning, and this moment is a new beginning for you right here and right now. Isn't that great to know? This moment is the point of power. This moment is where the change begins. Is it true? Stop for a moment and catch your thought. What are you thinking right now? If it is true and your thought shapes your life, would you want what you were just thinking right now to become true for you? If it's a thought or worry or anger or hurt or revenge or fear, how do you think this thought will come back at you? It is not always easy to catch our thoughts because they move so swiftly. However, we can begin right now to watch and listen to what we say. If you hear yourself expressing negative words of any sort, stop in mid-sentence. Either rephrase the sentence or just drop it. You could even say to it, out! Imagine yourself in a line at a cafeteria or perhaps at a buffet in a luxurious hotel where instead of dishes of food, there are dishes of thoughts. You get to choose any and all of the thoughts you wish. These thoughts will create your future experiences. Now, if you choose thoughts that will create problems and pain, it's rather foolish. It's like choosing food that always makes you ill. We may do this once or twice, but as soon as we learn which foods upset our bodies, we stay away from them. It's the same with thoughts. Let us stay away from the thoughts that create problems and pain. One of my early teachers, Dr. Raymond Charles Barker, would repeatedly say, when there is a problem, there is not something to do, there is something to know. Our minds create our future. When we have something in our present that is undesirable, when we must use our minds to change the situation, and we can begin to change it this very second. It is my deep desire that the topic, how your thoughts work, would be the very first subject taught in school. I have never understood the importance of having children memorize battle dates. It seems like such a waste of mental energy. Instead, we could teach them important subjects such as how the mind works, how to handle finances, how to invest money for financial security, how to be a parent, how to create good relationships, and how to create and maintain self-esteem and self-worth. Can you imagine what a whole generation of adults would be like if they had been taught these subjects in school along with their regular curriculum? Think how these truths would manifest. We would have happy people who feel good about themselves. We would have people who are comfortable financially and who enrich the economy by investing their money wisely. They would have good relationships with everyone and would be comfortable with the role of parenthood, and then go on to create another generation of children who feel good about themselves. Yet within all this, each person would remain an individual expressing his or her own creativity. There's no time to waste. Let's continue with our work. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I no longer choose to believe in old limitations and lack. I now choose to begin to see myself as the universe sees me, perfect, whole, and complete. The truth of my being is that I was created perfect, whole, and complete. I will always be perfect, whole, and complete. I now choose to live my life from this understanding. I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. All is well in my world. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Namaste.
We take the mystery and pain out of social media consistency for your business, giving you back time to shine in your zone of genius. Social media is the new branding. It deserves its own attention, thought, and effort. Yet so few businesses actually take this seriously and invest enough time on their strategy. We can do it for you at an affordable rate that will fit into your budget and allow you to pursue other revenue channels as well. The hardest part of social media management is keeping up the consistency to be seen and know what to post, when to post. Are you ready to have everything ready to go for you, saving you time and energy by not having to do it all yourself? Still getting your message out so that people get to know you, like you, and develop trust while opening yourself up to more time for the business of your business where you shine. Working with women in leadership, BSMB LLP is a unique experience that bridges the gap from face-to-face to virtual relationship marketing. Not only do we love to help you shine on social media, we love to share tools to help you grow with us, body, soul, mind, and business. Check out our podcast and YouTube channel for Mindset Mondays, Social Media Training Wednesdays, business interviews and special topics on Fridays, and weekly readings on Sundays. To schedule your consultation or podcast interview, head to our website, www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get our weekly readings on Sunday, our podcast, Mindset Monday, Social Media Training with Heather on Wednesdays with a live Q&A, and guest interviews and special topics on Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Find out more and schedule with us online at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com, where you have a spot at the table. Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.